Hello everyone, welcome to nileshtechnology. This is the video number 23 of a React playlist from basic to advanced level. And in this video, we are going to explore the concepts of React hooks. We already saw the one of the hooks in some previous video, use state, right? We use the use state hooks in lot of videos and lot of examples on before. But there are another hooks are also available in React. So we'll see the another popular hook. What is the useEffect? Okay, so in useEffect, that hook allows you to perform the side effect in your the components. Okay, and basically we know that what are the different rules of hook. If you want to use the hook in your application, then we need to follow the some predefined rules of a hook. So which rule is important? First rule is that define the hook on top level of function if you are using the function component. Then don't define inside of any condition. Okay, don't define the any hook inside the condition. Don't define the use effect after the any return condition. Use effect or any hook after any return conditions. So these three rules is very important. Please follow that rule carefully. Okay, coming to the use effect. This is a hook React that allows you to perform the side effects in a function component. And there is no need for the urban dictionary. Basically, any work outside of a component. And some examples of a side effects are a subscription, fetching data, directly updating the DOM, event listener, timers. So for that purpose, we require to use the use effect. Okay, so this is the syntax of a use effect. So two parameters is required. One is the function and another one is that the dependencies. So these two arguments is required. So first argument is indirectly a callback function and second argument is the dependency array. Okay, so by default run, if you are not passing the dependencies, then by default it run the useEffect function for every render. Okay, we'll see the more examples practically in some few minutes. Okay. Okay, so see, these are the three different way to define a use effect. So first one is that like this way, use effect, and first one is the callback function and there is no dependency. Second one is that dependency is the blank array, and third one is that we pass the some parameters as a dependency like props, states, or any variable value. Okay, so we'll see the more examples practically step by step. So I'm going to the VS Code. In that VS Code, I already created a one blank project, hello project. Sorry. So I copy the first app. That application is already we modified it. Means that unwanted files we remove it. So I copied it and I already hit the npmi. Okay, to install all the dependencies. Now go to the again that folder and I hit the npm start to start the server. So in that application there is only hello program is there. It's just for the hello message, nothing for that. So go to here and see. This is the index.js and this is the app.js. In that app.js we just pass the hello message. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's add it the use effect. So let's see how it's called. Okay, so for example here I just add the use effect. So see in that use effect, so it's imported from the React and the parameter the use effects parameter, the first parameter is the callback function. So function need to be passed inside the use effect, and the second parameter dependencies. So let's see, when we pass the console.log, it's what we say that the no dependency use effect. Okay, before save it, let me refresh it. So save it. So see, no dependency effect is called. And when we are using the any component re-rendering or passing the any props value to one component to another, then on that time when this page is render again, then we'll see that is that message is coming or not. So for that I just add a one more button, and we'll add a one on click event. Okay, so for here button, and button is like click me, and we hit the on click event. Okay, so button event. So this is the function, and I just pass the any value like the button click. Okay, let me save it, refresh it, run it. So first time this is the call when we click on that button. So button click is there, but I think there is no state update or there is no props in here. Let me update the state. So for that state we use the counter and set counter, use state, by default value is 0. Okay, and for here instead of message I just update the counter value, counter plus 1, and we display the counter value in here. CNT. Now let me save it. Okay, so let's see. Initially the counter is 0. So first time the no dependency effect is called. Click me, the counter is incremented, but see here again no dependency use effect is called. See, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, means that when the any state is changed, then on that time the use effect is called. Which use effect function is called? When we are not passing the any dependencies array, then this is the called. Okay, so we see we already means that we covered this function. Now what happened when we pass the dependency blank array? Let's see what happened. Okay, let me add one more use effect function with dependency array. So here I just pass dependency blank array use effect. So let me save it. Let me refresh again and run it. So see, on the first time initial rendering, so both the use effect is called. No dependency and the blank array is also called. So when the any state is changed, then on that time only no dependency use effect is called. Means that conclusion is that the dependency blank array use effect function is called only one time when your page is first time render. On that time that use effect is called. Okay, so we covered the second use effect syntax. Now coming to the third, when we pass the any props value or any state value. Let me go to here. For example, we have two buttons. Okay, click me 1, click me 2, and here are the two counters. This is the CNT1, this is the CNT2, and we have a two event, counter button 1 event, button 2 event. Okay, Now coming to here, we have two states. One is the set counter 1 and this is the set counter 2. So when we click on the first button event, then we increment the first counter, okay, and when we hit on another button, second button, then we increment the second counter. Okay, so we have two different states, two different counter, two different functions and two different buttons. When we click on the any one button, then accordingly the counter is incremented. Let me save it, first test it. So see, first time rendering, both useEffect is called. When you click on the first button, that counter is incremented. Also the useEffect no dependency function is called. When you click on another button, okay, second counter is incremented, but here the useEffect no dependency is called. Means that on every state change or every whatever, means that when on every rendering the useEffect is called. Okay, here I already defined run on every render. No dependency is called run on every render, and this is called run only on the first time rendering. Okay, now let's see the third syntax, this one, when we pass the any dependency value. Now I just copy one more time and pass the counter 2. Okay, so cnt2 dependency value. So let's see what happened. Let me clear everything. On the first time rendering, all the useEffect is called this one. Either you have no dependency or empty dependency or some value of that dependency. Means that useEffect is called on the first time of rendering compulsory. Okay, so that is called. So when now see here, when you click on first button, only the no dependency is called. Okay, these two useEffect is not called. Blank is also not called, cn2 is also not called. But when you click on the second one, these two useEffect is called. One is the no dependency and another one is counter to dependency value. Means that when the counter to state value is updated, then on that time the useEffect is again executed. Okay, so this is the three different syntax of a useEffect. So whatever you have to use, then use it accordingly. I hope you understand all these three different types of example properly. So if you have any doubt, any question, then please comment your answer. I will try to answer your the questions. Okay, so let's see some another example, because the useEffect is most time used on the some timeout as well. Okay, so yeah, this is the very important example. Let me save it, and for the another example, I have created here the another component like the test.js, and in that index I called the test. Okay, so test is called. Now let me add here the one again counter. Set cnt useEffect, sorry, use state. Then inside I just print the counter value, and here I use the header 1 to print the count value. Then I use the useEffect. Okay, inside that useEffect there is first parameter is the callback function. Inside that function I am going to use the timeout. So set timeout, again I have a 2 parameter. First one is that the callback function, and another one is that the time in milliseconds. So the first parameter is again a callback function, so I just pass one function, and inside that function I just increment the counter value is 1. Okay, so set count plus 1, and that value is incremented after 1 second. 1000 millisecond means that 1 second. Okay, and that is happen, that useEffect is executed on the first time rendering. So means that when you refresh this page, then that function is executed only first time, but in that first time we use a set time out, and that set time is executed infinite time for every 1 second. That counter is incremented, and that updated count value is displayed on in here. So this is another example. Lot of a developer use the timeout function inside the useEffect, so that's why I just show you the some small example. Let's see. I just save it everything, and I think something is missed. 1. Okay, it's not goes to the 2 and 3. Okay, fine. Okay, this is inside the callback function. So we just need to return something. cnt plus 1. We need to return it. Now let's see. Again not yet happen. Let me Control Shift R for harder refresh. Not yet happen. Okay. Here we are using the state useEffect. The first one is the callback function, timeout, yeah, I think it's not the problem of this count. Let's see when you are not passing anything. Okay, when you are not passing anything, then it shows the counter on every render time. Okay, when you go to the inspect, and inside that inspect, when you go to the component, test component, okay, so see its state value is change on every 1 second because of useEffect hook. Okay, because of useEffect hook. Yes, now the another one is that when you are passing the array, then it render only one time. Okay, it render only one time, 47 to 48. That's it, enough. So set timeout. Let's see. Control Shift or Command Shift R. So it's 0 to 1, only executed only one time. So when you use the set timeout outer of a useEffect, then it executed infinite time. Okay, because on every 1 second that is executed when you use the normal function. But useEffect, what is the purpose of useEffect? So when you pass the any dependency array, Now dependency array is the blank, but that set timeout is also executed only one time. So this is the benefit of a use effect. And when you pass the any variable, then on time of changing that variable value, then that use effect is called. So like that. So yeah, so here we covered all those 3 top points and all these 3 types of examples. I hope you understand properly. Okay, so in the next video we'll see that how to fetch the data from API using the use effect. This is also interesting video is going on, so please likes and subscribes the video and the channel, and we'll see you on next video. Bye bye. Thank you.